the way to be Huff, what you would do to get your name out there, you would travel around to these festivals. And most people didn't really, the festivals this was a very glamorous thing. I don't know if they do this still now, to be honest, but back in the day, it was very glamorous to go to these festivals. But you paid your own way there. You paid for your hotel when you got there. And you really had the honor of performing at these festivals. But people would get to know you, and if you were lucky, you might compete and win a crown. And we all know how I felt about those crowns. So the year that I got invited to perform at the Texas Burlesque Festival, I had this little feather fan act to Erykah Badu's Annie Don't Wear No Panties. Such a good song. And I had this great funky dress that would just pull and release, and it would just drop down to the ground with just like one. And then underneath, I wore just teeny tiny little pasties and an itty bitty little merkin. Anybody know what a merkin is? No. Okay, so a merkin is basically, it's got a front, and maybe it's got a teeny tiny little back, but it doesn't have any sides at all. It's like kind of like a panty. So sometimes they call it a C-string. So it's just a little bit of a merkin, and that year it must have been the hottest year, like the hottest day in Texas that year. Spent the whole day just like jumping off cliffs into the water and swimming in Barton Springs and listening to street music and eating street food and just having a great time just soaking in the sun. And when I got to the venue that night, they didn't have air conditioning. Oh yeah. So act after act, the girls are coming back. I lost my pasties. Oh no. My nipple tassels fell off halfway through the act. No. Oh my gosh. And I'm reapplying my pasties over and over and over again that night. And I'm like, okay, it's my turn to compete for the crown. I've got my fans. I'm going out there, and I'm doing my act, and everything is going really good. Pull the dress falls off easy peasy. Everything is going really good. My pasties are staying put, and I'm dancing and I'm letting go, and the moment is feeling really, really good, and I start to feel this peeling sensation. I was just peeling, just the teeniest, slow peeling situation down there. And so now I'm really in my head. I'm like, how am I going to keep this? I'm going to keep the pasty on, and I'm going to keep on dancing, and like make this work. And so I turn around to go like this, and the entire front peels out, and now it's hanging down between my legs, like an upside down martini glass. And I'm like, oh F, because some places in the States you can't perform, like you can't show anything. Like some places are not as cool as Chicago is. And you can't show anything, and you could get like big trouble, and people can be really uptight about it, seriously uptight about it. And so I was like, oh no, maybe this is one of those places, I don't know. And so I'm up in my head, and then I attune to the audience. And the audience is holding their breath. And now I'm like really excited. So I reach down, I yank it up, I spin it around my head, and I toss it into the audience.